Please join me in welcoming the presenter of our first award and sponsor of the VSO Volunteer Awards, Dave Kitchen of the Teachers Union, NAS-UWT.
Thank you, Your Highness. The Education Volunteer Award is to recognise the special impact and commitment of a volunteer who has worked on an education project over the last year. I'm delighted to announce that the winner is Anne Law, and we have a short sound clip from a Nepalese colleague.
She has assimilated the Nepalese culture, tradition and living style wholeheartedly, like accepting the food habit, our national food, dal and bhat, and also cooperating in Nepalese festivals like Dasai, Tihar and Tees. As a result, there is mutual respect between the community people and herself. We wish her best wishes for her contributions.
Anne was chosen as a winner because, through her work, Anne has helped change attitudes towards the education of women and girls in rural Nepal and ensured that many more girls are getting the opportunity to attend and stay in school. She has also helped to create far-reaching changes across the district, mentoring teachers and improving teaching methods.
Many congratulations. If you'd like to just stand in front of that microphone there. This concept that you've been involved in promoting of big sisters, community volunteers mentoring little sisters is plainly very effective in rural Nepal with all of its vulnerability. Can you recall a defining moment perhaps when you said to yourself, yes, this really can transform the prospects for a little sister, the younger ones who are being helped, and maybe for a big sister helping them too?
Well, absolutely. My area is working as a teacher trainer within the schools to help teachers in their methodology to make learning learner-centred rather than traditional rote learning. So that's reaching children through education, helping them develop life skills and so on. So one major change that happened in district was when the local education authority took on board our work in school improvement planning, and the senior staff took on roles as teachers, students, parents, and had a mock school improvement planning event over 2 days. They then rolled the whole programme out for real in all 12 of our schools. So that was a major initiative, which of course impacts on the education of our little sisters and big sisters.
So that's all part of its big impact, if you like,
yes.
its wider impact. What about on any one individual? Is there anybody you'd immediately think of
Absolutely.
for whom this has made such a difference?
Yes, there are many stories, but one in particular is quite amazing. One of our big sisters is from a family of only her mother. Her father left when she was very small. They're from one of the extremely marginalised castes. Her brother's disabled. He has a sight disability. And the teachers in the school supported this girl to stay in school and carry on her education. But when the earthquake happened, she had to leave the village because they had no money. And she went into the city and learned to do sewing. And she did so well that she won an award which included a sewing machine. She now is back in her own village. She borrowed 8,000 rupees from the bank, paid it back last month or a couple of months ago, and has her own little business. She supports her little sisters by making their school uniforms for nothing. And she's a remarkable girl. She's now studying for a bachelor's degree.
And this project is busting taboos. It's a great story. it's busting taboos in many ways, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Give us an example or two of that.
Well, of course, child marriage is a big problem in the country. So if we can, what we're finding is that our little sisters, some of our little sisters had dropped out of school 5 years ago. When they were brought into the project, they were supported by their big sisters, and now 5 years down the line, those girls are in lower or higher secondary. They're now looking at this transition phase, whether to go on to further education or whether to get involved in a livelihood project. So it's making a huge difference to girls' education, but also part of the project is adolescent sexual reproductive health training, which the boys, of course, are sharing in as well. So it's developing a much more open practice or understanding of the importance of choices.
And what impact would you say that it's had on the community that you've been helping, that you have been a volunteer rather than any other kind of expatriate worker?
Well, absolutely. I think as volunteers, we have to learn about the community first of all, and listen and show enormous respect for the communities, because the culture, Nepali culture, is absolutely remarkable. There are so many wonderful things happening. So it's not about changing that, it's about building on the good practice.
There are, as you know, people in this country who are sceptical about the value of aid of any kind, really. VSO is supported by UK aid, among others. Briefly, what would you say to the sceptics?
Well, in my own experience over 5 years, I've seen enormous changes within the communities. Parents who were not interested in their children's education, the girls' education at all, are now completely on board with it. They're getting involved in community events and are very, very grateful for all the help that's going in to the project. So that is making a huge impact. These areas are very remote, rural areas, and this is a first for most of them. So it's making an enormous impact, and it will only happen because of UK aid.
Good to hear. And thank you very much indeed. And
Thank
again,
you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.